Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I will discuss about what are the key difference between current transformer, that is CT, versus PT, that is the potential transformer, which are used in a substation. Basically both PT and CT are measuring equipment. We cannot directly measure the primary current and primary voltage directly. So what is the purpose of this measuring equipment? Number one is the metering purpose, that is for billing purpose. Number two, there is a protection purpose. We need to measure the current during fault condition or measure the voltage during fault condition. So basically both are the measuring equipment. CT are used for metering purpose of class 0.2, 0.2s, 0.5 and 0.5s, etc. In case of PT, metering class PT are used of the order of 0.2, 0.5, etc. Again, there is the protection purpose is used, which is this protection class CT remain as order of 5P10. There is a protection class PT. That is, if 10 times current flows in the primary side under rated burden condition, there will be maximum error of 5% in the CT secondary side. Again, another class of the CT is the protection special class, that is the PS class CT. In case of PT, protection purpose core is used, such as 3P, 5P, etc. Now, since the current is reduced to the reasonable measurable value, and again for PT, voltage is reduced to the measurable quantity, so both the CT and PT has winding. So in case of CT, secondary has a large number of turn in the winding. Since I1 by I2 is equal to N2 by N1, I1 is the primary current, I2 is the secondary current, N2 is the number of turns in the secondary, N1 is the number of turns in the primary. Since I1 is a large quantity and I2 is very small quantity, here N2 is much more than N1. In case of CT, there is only single turn in the primary winding and lot of turn in the CT secondary side. But in case of PT, it is totally different. That is, V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2. Since V1 is the primary voltage, V2 is the secondary voltage, and N1 is the primary turn and N2 is equal to secondary turn. Since primary voltage is reduced to a reasonable measurable voltage, so N1 is much higher than that of the N2. That is, the primary winding turn is much higher than secondary winding turn. Primary terminal. In case of CT has two number of primary terminal, that is marked as P1 and P2. P1 and P2 shall be connected with proper polarity, and it is always connected in series with the system. In case of PT has one primary terminal and one neutral terminal. That is, one terminal is connected to the phase and neutral is connected to the earth. Secondary terminal. In case of CT may have two or more number of secondary terminal which is connected in the CT secondary side in each core. For example, CT has one CT ratio such as 200 by 1. In this case, in each core, CT has two number of terminal, that is S1 and S2. If CT has multiple CT ratios such as 400 by 200 by 1, then CT has three number of terminal in this CT secondary core. So in this case, S1, S2 and S3 terminal are there. If S1 and S2 is connected, then CT ratio 200 by 1 is selected. If S1 and S3 is connected, then CT ratio 400 by 1 is selected. It may have also three number of CT ratio such as 1000, 800 by 400 by 1. In this case, four number of CT terminal are there in each core. So these terminal are S1, S2, S3 and S4 for each core. For example, if 400 by CT ratio 1 is selected, then S1 and S2 are connected. If 800 by 1 CT ratio is selected, then S1 and S3 terminal is selected. If 1000 by 1 CT ratio is selected, then S1 and S4 terminal are connected in the CT secondary side for each core. But in case of PT have only two terminal in the CT secondary side, such as A and N, that is phase and neutral, such as 1N, 1A, 1N, 2A, 2N. Okay. Now, what are the nature of the secondary circuit? In case of CT secondary circuit is always kept shorted. CT secondary circuit is never kept open. In case of PT secondary circuit is always kept open. PT secondary circuit is never kept shorted. Now, secondary current or secondary voltage in case of CT or PT. In case of current transformer, CT secondary current can be of the order of 1 ampere or 5 ampere, such as CT ratio as 200 by 1 or 200 by 5 ampere. In case of PT, secondary voltage is most of the cases 110 by root 3, that is 63.509 volt. For examples, if 33 kV system PT is used, then PT ratio is of the order of 33 by root 3 by 110 by root 3. In this case, PT ratio will be 300.